Hi! So we have some work to do. I have a commission that I got a good while ago, a couple of months ago, and I just never got started on it. In my defense, it was not my fault. This was not just me being lazy. I didn't have the yarn until like right now, but I have the yarn now, so I just want to get right into it. I will put a picture of the original sweater that I'm recreating. The person who commissioned this sweater from me saw me wearing it. It's something that I made for myself, and she really liked it, and so she asked me to make her one, and I am. The yarn that I used in that sweater is the Lion Brand Mandala yarn in the colorway Groot. It's a really pretty colorway, kind of the 70s vibes, rainbow, muted tones. It's really pretty. I'll just get right into it. As you can see, we've just hit our first color change right here. This is a considerably smaller section of orange than on the original sweater, but I'm not too worried about that. We had to do a little last minute change, very minor, just the hook size. Apparently I originally used a 5.75mm hook. I didn't even realize I owned that at any point. I don't know where it is. I'm using a 6mm as a replacement. I have a 5.5 and I was considering which one to use, but I figured I have to make a larger size sweater anyways, might as well just use a larger hook. I don't know. It seemed smart. Hopefully it'll save a little bit of time later on, maybe a whole row or something. This sweater was originally based off of the pattern by Passionate Kelsey. It is a YouTube tutorial. I highly recommend it, especially if you're a beginner, because all of her tutorials are very well done. Her hexagon pullover, or not pullover, I'm sorry, that's this pattern. Her hexagon cardigan was my first ever crochet project that I started. It was a little ambitious for an absolute beginner, but I did it. I finished it. I wasn't very good by my own fault, but I did it. I was very proud of it. Yeah, I highly recommend any of her videos. She's one of my favorite crochet content creators, and if you're in the crochet YouTube world, you probably know who she is already. Anyways, I am just going to continue crocheting this hexagon. I have her measurement. I need to do some math later on in order to make sure that the amount of ease in my version of the sweater and her version are the same. That'll be pretty easy though, basic math. I will check back in once I have roughly enough to join like the sleeves together and whatnot. So this is where we're at right now. This is nearly 17 rows. We've got two sides of the hexagon undone that will seam up to be the sleeve. That's all I need to do tonight is seam the top up and add some length down to the wrist to make it obviously a sleeve, a full sleeve. I actually ended up doing about 3 or 4 rows too many. I was just so in the zone of crocheting and I didn't even notice that I was so many inches past where I needed to be. It did hurt a little bit to frog that, I'll be honest, just a little bit. Anyways, I'm hoping to get that little bit done tonight. I'll at least seam it up tonight. It is kind of late though, and I do have school in the morning. I have to be up at like 6. It is what it is. Who needs to sleep, you know? Anyways, I will go ahead and get right into that. This is our first little section of the sweater done. I'm just finishing the row of single crochets along the cuff of it. Once that's done, I just need to go ahead and make this exact thing again for the other sleeve. Alright, excuse how kind of atrocious I look right now. It's been a very long day. second sleeve is done. It took me longer than I'd actually like to admit to finish it, mostly because I'm a senior in high school. It's scholarship season. I have 0 free time right now. Anyways, it is time to connect the sleeves, do the back and front panels. I'm hoping to at least get the back panel done tonight. It's like almost 9 p.m. Yeah, I'll just get into that. This is what we have right now. This is obviously just 2 sleeves, and this space in the middle is about how much we're going to need to make the size that she wants. We need to add about 2.5 inches of stitches along each side for the front panels and then the back panels as well. Should be pretty quick. Also, just noting that I do not have a tripod, so I can't really film the process at a good angle. So you're just gonna get some progress shots, not an actual like time lapse or anything. So sorry about that. Alright, we're nearly finished with the back panels. We've got 10 rows here, 9 rows here. We just have to do the last row and seam it while doing that. But that's our progress. I'm watching Amazing-ish Grace right now. She's a cool YouTuber. The back panel is done, except for it's not done because we're going to be undoing part of this. This is the actual back of the sweater. This is the part that you'll see, and the way that the rows worked out, this is the number of rows that there were. This seam is supposed to be on the inside, and this, which is on the inside, is supposed to be on the outside. And you can kind of see on camera that it just looks a little nicer on the inside. My plan here is to undo this connecting row here and then redo it as a normal row, not connecting the 2 panels, then undo the final row of the other side and use that as the connecting row. I'm not sure if that is going to work. I'm not sure if that makes any sense, but that's the plan. So let's try that. Also, don't worry about how uneven this looks. It'll be fixed out when we do the body rows. That looks better, I think. We'll just go ahead and flip this over and start on the front panels. Okay, so just one more row on this front panel. This is the connection row. We'll go up to probably about here for a little v-neck. That way we can fold it down to a collar. So I fucked up just a little bit. I did. I started on the second part of the front panel on the wrong side, and I have to go back and frog and do it on the other side. So I started from the top on this one, but I had started from the bottom on this one, so they just don't match up, which is fine. It's only 10 rows, so, you know, not a big deal. But I was hoping to get it done tonight, and I don't think that's the case anymore, but I'm so close. So close. Definitely by the end of this weekend. I just gotta go frog some stuff. So sorry about the awkward angle and how quiet I'm being. I didn't want to go downstairs, get my makeshift tripod, and come all the way back up because I'm about to leave anyways. I just wanted to say I'm working on the body right now. I'm nearly done. I have a few more rows. I need to do probably about 4 inches, 5 inches, something like that to get her desired body measurements, but we're in the home stretch. I'm really excited. I did have to do some kind of yarn Frankensteining, get the right colors to make them match because we ran out of the skeins that were not the same color lot, but the same like order of colors as the original sweater. So that's been a whole thing. Didn't take too much effort ultimately though, thankfully. But anyways, I'm about to leave to go to a knitting circle with my family friend, and I'm actually really nervous, like oddly so. I'm just not used to crafting around people like that, and they're other crafters, and they're all like 20 years of experience, where I'm like 1-2 years of experience, but I'm not taking this one. I'm planning on taking a sweater that I'm currently working on. I'm on the body of it right now. It's the Step-by-Step sweater by Florence Miller. This is the second one I've made. The first sweater I ever made was by her, and I'm using Karen Blossom Cakes, which is working out really, really beautifully, and I'm thinking about making a cardigan design, like a free-handed cardigan for my birthday, which is in the beginning of June. So I'm going to make a vlog of that if I do it. Keep an eye out for that. If I do that, I'll probably start it soon, which I'm really excited about. Other than that, I'm really trying to get this done like ASAP. Today is Friday. I go back to school on Monday. It's spring break right now. And the following Sunday is a baby shower, and I need to make a baby blanket, and I haven't started yet. To be fair, we only got the invitation a couple days ago, but it's going to be the same yarn and like freehanded pattern that I made the baby blanket for my uncle out of. So it'll be very quick. It's just a granny stitch, same stitch as this. But anyways, that's all I have to say right now. If you're still watching, thank you. I really appreciate it. This is my first video. This is my first time recording. I know I'm very, very awkward. I haven't yet gotten comfortable on camera or talking to a camera. Any advice would be really appreciated. Constructive criticism, anything you don't like, you do like, about the editing style or my pacing. I know I haven't been very good about showing the process of what I'm doing, but yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it. We're done. Finally done. Or nearly. I just need to do like the row of single crochets along the neckline, but I just need to wait to hear from her before I do that because I need to know if this neckline is too big, because as you can see on me, it is fully off the shoulders. If I try to wear this, it doesn't slide all the way down, but it does slide down, but she's at least a couple sizes larger than me, so I need to make sure it's not going to be a problem for her. But I'm done, basically. I'm counting myself as done for now. I've been working on this for so long, it's kind of been consuming my life for a while. I did take a break from it for like a week to do that baby blanket that I mentioned the other day, or like 2 seconds ago for you guys, but I don't know. It's so hard to do projects for other people, honestly. Yeah, I just need to hear from her. I already woven all the ends, which I actually did it in like one sitting, which is like I never do. This one had a lot of ends. As we saw earlier, I made those mistakes on the panels and had to like reconnect, so there were extra ones there. And then when I seamed up the 2 front ones, I did from bottom to top, which I just had to do based on the way it was, but that meant that I had to go in and rejoin at the bottom to do the body rows. Not a big deal, but weaving in ends is not my favorite part. I don't hate it like some people do, thankfully. Anyways, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you're here all the way at the end, thank you so much. If you wouldn't mind, it would be lovely if you could subscribe or leave a comment or a like. I would appreciate it. It helps out a lot. Like I mentioned earlier, this is my first video, so once again, criticism, advice, highly appreciated. But beyond that, thank you.